Wow! Hey guys, long time no see. Dr. Stephen James here to bring you another video. Today I'm finally going to be continue my GTA RP as Thicc Girl. Have a lot to do today about three episodes worth in one, so let us get started. Anyway, picking up from where we left off at the submarine, I am about to do more prep work. I just have to wait for Pavel to stop talking so I can decide what the best play is going to be. Well, looks like I'm going all the way to the desert. Obviously, I'm going to cut out the travel time. Wow, getting into a gunfight surrounded by things filled with fuel. I wonder what could possibly go wrong. A few moments later. Yeah, saw that coming.
Did you not find it? Strange. Perhaps it is at the farmhouse. I have sent you GPS location.
Man, mowing down just a bunch of people all to come up empty-handed kind of seems like a typical situation where America gets involved in a battle in the Middle East. Anyone else feeling Charlie Don't Surf from COD 4 vibes? Because I certainly am. But yeah, I guess we're going to the farmhouse. Since officially the events in GTA Online are canonical to the overall story, I mean, it's obvious that they had to rebuild this house for it to be structural. You would think that it would look nicer, but I'll try not to let it shatter my immersion. Looks like this mission is going to take me upstairs. Good. For such a well-detailed floor inside of a kind of abandoned building, you would think it wouldn't have so much detail. I mean, look at that. They've got a shower, like a little shower inside the wall. I mean, outside of like castle-like structures, yeah, I don't really see that design too often. So, yeah, upon looking around, I make sure everyone who would stand in my way is dead. And I head to the basement to find the product. Right after, of course, I find the key. Because there's always something. Why not? Well, it looks like they upped their security since Trevor's last attack in the main story. Alright, heading to the basement to pick up the product. Yep, I was totally just in the middle of the staircase rather than being in the center of the basement. I did not die whatsoever. Kidding, obviously, I totally did. But yeah, I just cut that part out for time's sake. So yeah, I'm not going to pretend to be perfect. And unlike Trevor, I'm not going to burn it down this time. And another 6.5 minutes later, finally back at the Vespucci Beach, where I must swim all the way over to my my submarine. Oh, by the way, I'll put a link in the description for my previous uploads in this series, but it's at one point I mentioned that there was an upgrade for a helicopter and or a boat for an extra $1 million. I don't care if you have to save up, you should get that upgrade. Trust me, it'll save you a lot of travel time. Anyway, the objective now is to, quietly as possible, head over to a warehouse and find the location of some hard drives for heist prep work. After blowing my cover pretty much immediately, I just make quick work of these guards. Of course, not before they sound the alarm, and I go through the hacking process knowing full well that there will be most likely security waiting right outside to pop my ass. Wakanda forever. But anyway, with the location discovered, I see if I can maybe pick up any loot, or perhaps try to get inside one of these vehicles put away for storage, but it looks like the game planned ahead on me there, so I'm forced to go out there bare with just my own 2 feet. But to my pleasant surprise, no security in sight. So with me being free and clear, I head back to the car so that I can now head to the hobo camp and finally grab the files. Just imagine this one being here the whole time, and I have to say I'm also kind of impressed with myself of how I'm able to completely avoid the security of the area, like completely going around the camera. Anyway, with the low expectation of popping in and out with no drama, I make my way inside, wait for the loading screen. Okay, what the heck? Is everyone on break or something? I would have expected to see at least a few guards. But hey, I'm not complaining, just surprised. But yeah, anyway, I head to the Mac or PC, whatever, and to extract the files, exit the bunker, and I am going to make sure a dinghy spawns so that I'm not swimming back to my submarine again. Yup, still peak cinema. Anyway, next order of business, I must find some weapons to steal. Unmarked weapons, of course, and once again, I have to go through a boat ride. I figure the boat ride next to the docks that you see on screen would be an ideal place to find a vehicle to use. And I opt for the dark one because I really like dark colors. Of course, I rode in with the top down all the way, like a boss. And now, I don't know why they decided to make shooting at them from the roof so precarious, but had to deal with the ground forces first. And anyway, with those weapons crates are now destroyed, I must now move on to the next location. Anyway, riding up all the way to desert with not enough time to spare. Even though the heist prep is deemed officially complete, there were 2 out of 3 of the weapons still remaining that I had to destroy. But seeing as though I already started the firefight with these guys, I figured I might as well finish it. So that's what I end up doing. unfortunately, it brings the local law on me. So, just finish what I'm doing and GTFO. Fortunately, I did not have to make an effort to lose them because I just clicked on a notification from Pavel so I can quick start back to the submarine instantly. I mean, not quite instantly because there's a loading screen, but still. Following order of business is I must single-handedly infiltrate a warehouse, and I kind of skipped over the briefing, but it's pretty routine at this point. I'm either blowing something up, or I'm hacking something, or I'm stealing something. Sometimes all of the above. Yeah, they really do not leave you enough room to... I thought I died there, but I was gonna say they do not leave you enough room to fire rockets, but yep. All crates destroyed. Now to head back to the submarine to do the next thing. Anyway, so I don't have to swim. I head back to the dinghy so I can do one last heist setup before I'm ready for the finale. And that is to destroy all the air vehicles, which, spoiler alert, I do not. The reason for that is because once you disembark from your boat, assuming you're using one and you're not swimming, you only have a maximum 10-minute window to go back to shore, try to get into the airport to obtain an air vehicle that is not a precision vehicle, by the way, so you may take quite a few attempts to take out some helicopters that are parked, landed on the ground. The gates literally won't open. What the fuck? Anyway, you have to go the rest of the way on foot until you have barely a few minutes left to do all this, to take out 10 air raids. Finally get to the plane, which again took more than half of the mission time, and I set my waypoint to the nearest chopper that I have to destroy. As you can probably see, it takes me more than a few tries to destroy the first one, but I finally destroy that one eventually and make my way to the next. Heist prep over, only 2 helicopters destroyed. Like I said previously, I don't know what your excuse might be for not springing for a chopper inside the sub, but buy it anyway. Just exercise whatever resources you can to obtain it. Trust me, it's not worth the effort. Anyway, with what I believe to be the final heist prep mission out of the way, I decide it's finally time to switch gears to one of my other businesses, starting with the auto shop. Not gonna lie to you, this customer has some pretty shit taste, but as long as he's paying, he can have the worst taste in the world for all I care. Anyway, I feel like I went a pretty long way, even though it didn't take that long. It probably only felt like it took so long because I was actually obeying traffic laws in order to keep this vehicle in good condition, so I could get the full price for my services. And that's good because, you pretty much need money in this game, and plus you had to modify that car by paying out of pocket. So, anyway, literally the moment I spawn back into free mode, I hear an alarm ring from a store being robbed. So I take out the perp who robbed the tattoo store, and I take my earnings as compensation. Upon doing that, I decide I like to take a stroll along the beach for a moment. Wanted to see if I could purchase a pair of sunglasses while I was there, but no dice. However, I needed to replenish my health, so at least I could still do that, so my immersion isn't completely shattered. Anyway, after doing all that, I jack some lady's whip right off her and make my way over to my nearby nightclub to grab the contents in my safe and change my outfit and see if there's any work I can do while I sell. See if there's anything I can sell after, and of course, in order to do that, I knew I had to register as CEO, so just done that as you saw on screen. After selling all 3 goods, I pocket a cool, wait for it, 23.4 grand. Not terrible. Afterwards, I set my waypoint to 2G's stash and get even more cash, which I will deposit at some point, as well as snacks, and that's good because I'm gonna need them for the heist. I would have liked to head near Fort Sancudo, but then I realized it's been a fat minute since I've spun the wheel at the Diamond Casino, so I decided to make my way over there first. Another stinking piece of clothing, huh? Okay, Rockstar, I see how it is. Anyway, getting that waste of time over with, since I'm already in the city limits, I decide to go back to my auto shop, since I have yet another car to modify and sell. A much better looking car than the last one I sold, to be honest. And since I'm here on a mission, I decide to let my staff handle that one while I go play some the Connect 4 game. I can't really tell what it says, but whatever. Cubed, my bad. In my defense, that's not how it's supposed to be spelt. There's my final score, read 'em and weep. Anyway, after doing some planning work for the data contract, which I'd already done in a previous video, so I won't bother showing that, I make my way down to a beach where as luck would have it for me, a boat just so happened to be, so I can take it to the submarine. Upon sitting through yet another really long cinematic cutscene before the heist finale, gosh, I feel like video game cutscenes these days are just getting longer and longer. I mean, I realize that video games in recent years have become accepted as a valid form of storytelling, but I mean, there's a fine line you need to dwell when it comes to video games. Anyway, yeah, after the cutscene, by the way, I'm not going to, we're not getting much closer to, the heist finale, because, the way I'm doing it now is I'm going in by boat, and I'm not going to show much of that because they're all failed attempts. However, there are a few fails that I found especially amusing that I would like to show you. like how I shot the very first NPC I shot in this heist. I did it in front of some civilians, and I tried to shoot them, and I completely missed, and they sounded the alarm. Or when I tried to see what was over toward where the Cayo Peiro party is, the courtroom, and I just started infinitely falling through the map, like non-stop. And this went on for probably up to 6 minutes before I finally had the idea to maybe see what happens if I paused and did something, set a waypoint. And whatever I did, it appears to have worked, but it might be a coincidence. And this last one is my favorite part. I try to swim to shore, and I just end up going under the mountain. When that happened, I thought it was pretty amusing. But yeah, I found myself out. I wasn't infinitely falling yet. You'll see that in just a moment. And because there's no getting out of that, it ends up killing me. Thanks a lot, Rockstar. Anyway, eventually I realized that I need more options for how to go about doing this heist, so I quit and decide to do more heist setups. Starting with collecting a Velum plane from Sandy Shores Airfield. It takes me a moment to up in the air because the landing gear was stuck on some guy's carcass, but I get it in the air eventually and take it to LS International Airport. While there, I decided it would be a good idea to grab a helicopter so that I can land it on the submarine, and that way when I do the next prep work, it won't take as long. Now, after I figure out how to get out of this labyrinth of a submarine, I must now collect another plane for, I don't know whether it's the getaway plane or the plane I'm arriving in. Pretty sure it's the getaway plane since it's supposed to have weapons. But, yeah, apparently it was jacked off some guy and taken by a bunch of hoodlums to Paleto Bay. By the way, I know for a fact I stole a fogger from the LS airport, so why the heck was I flying a Deluxo all the way over there? Yeah, I'm not kidding. That's literally what spawned. That's literally what was on top of the submarine when I went over there. But, yeah, it takes a second try, but I take out the last guy and recover the plane, and then bring it back to Sandy Shores to its rightful owner. And right next to the hangar where I dropped off the plane, there is one of those Sprunk Energy Parachute challenges. Now, admittedly, it takes me a couple tries too, but yeah, I finished it in the end. I finished it and pocket $2,000 because even though I made all the checkpoints, I did not beat the time bonus, nor did I even land on the bullseye. Once that was done and over with, I decide to try the option where I go in as a local tourist. And yet, to and yet as an outcome that totally took me off guard, it might actually be the worst option for what to do. I mean, it's a stylistic choice, I know, so no offense if you like doing it this way, but I prefer to stay stealthy for as long as possible, so you're not burning through your ammo, your armor, or your snacks before you're even close to the compound. But yeah, once I figured that was a bust, I just decided it just wasn't for me. But if you like doing this version of the heist, let me know in the comments. Anyway, to collect this next getaway vehicle, I must infiltrate Fort Sancudo. And by infiltrate, I mean I just drove through the gate because I own a hangar here. And take off and steal a special military plane off these guys. So I just killed a bunch of them, use this computer to unlock the doors, and jacked. You know, even before prepping for this heist, I have stolen a lot of things from Fort Sancudo, so I'm surprised my lease for the hangar hasn't been ripped up or expired for all the stunts that I've pulled over the years. Anyway, I bring yet another massive piece of stolen property over to a public airport. Can you believe this video game might not be 100% realistic? But anyway, with that done, I can finally go through all my options for this heist. So for this final attempt, I decide to try doing this with randoms, and as it turns out, I wound up with a person who sounds like Kripke from The Big Bang Theory. Unfortunately, you can only hear my audio in the thing and not his, but just take my word for it. Anyway, we start and we parachute out. I was trying to land as close to the compound as possible, but for whatever reason, this guy decides to parachute completely toward the dock, as in the other way, and because apparently there's some kind of glitch where you're there's like some kind of glitch or something where you can like take a boat or something. I don't know. I don't remember the details. I obtained this footage no more recently than the first week of February of this year. Yeah, that's how long I put off. That's how much I space out these videos. But yeah, anyway, I'm where I'm supposed to be. But because I'm with someone now, I have to wait for him before we can actually enter the compound. And through it all, he's complaining that he can't really see, like, why didn't I do this during the day? These are the things he was complaining about. Now, I mean, his vision is partly impaired because of the bushes and trees, and honestly, that I can understand. Those can get pretty annoying. But night, well, for one thing, it's common sense to do this during the day. It's just easier to pull off heists, I find. That's why, people do it around that time. But I've never had a problem seeing in the dark. I mean, he could try turning up his brightness, and I think I even brought that up at one point, but And while, again, he kind of sounds like Kripke from The Big Bang Theory, it could be a bit hard to understand him at times, but I think he said, like, he couldn't do that or whatever, like, it wouldn't make a difference. He's just simply not good at seeing in the dark. I don't know, but... And please, do enjoy some of the commentary in this gameplay here.
Yeah, I saw him. I see. I got something to take care of him. Oh. Nice shot. Impressive. Yeah, wait, do we really do have to kill everyone then in order to get the extra loot? Okay. Alright, well, tell me about it. They ripped right through my armor no matter how much I put on it. As soon as I do, they just rip it up. Yeah, I don't know why I don't know why we had to blow up the door. I would have thought you knew already if that was the case or not. But I'm not seeing many red blips, so maybe we just have to leave one of them alive. Alright, I've got the other key. The other key is up in the office, so we're
Don't forget the keypad in the main office, assuming you can get there.
yeah, yeah, I'm just replenishing my health now. Oh! That was close. I almost died there. Yeah, apparently they respawn 3 at a time. I see it. Yeah, I see it. I got the same text. Yeah, I knew. I thought you said you've done this a million times. Ah! Ah. Yeah, as soon as you grab the loot, they double spawned.
Shit, more guards.
Yeah, more guards indeed. Alright. Oh, only one of us needs to grab the loot while the other one covers, so... But we both need to be ready to open the gate. Yeah, alright. Alright, 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, that's right. You're not in shit. They're coming. Huh? Oh. Cool. I'm getting the other picture. Hold on. Oh. Oh, that's why you want me to shoot him? Are you kidding me? You had me shoot a bunch of pictures because you hate them?
Okay, so in case there's any confusion as to what happened there, I thought he was telling me to shoot the pictures because, like, you could discover, like, some hidden Easter egg or something, or maybe shooting him would reveal some kind of loot. But no, he would have me direct my fire and my attention to pictures that, one, I didn't think were that bad. I mean, it is the German family from Red Dead Redemption, and I love that game and the German family. So, yeah, basically, yeah, if dying in video games over dumb shit were an Olympic event, that has a chance of taking the gold. But yeah, anyway, he decided he was done after that. But yeah, super fun guy. After he left, I was thinking, oh, man, I better not still have to share the loot with him now that he's gone, because in some games, like, even if the person you're splitting the take with left, the take that he would have taken just goes in limbo. It doesn't go to anyone. But spoiler alert, luckily that's not really the case here. I was just a bit ticked off because that shouldn't have happened. I mean, I definitely chose the right option for this gameplay. I mean, there are worse people I could have played with. I mean, I am the one who took both downs, even though the last one was bullshit. But, yeah. A bit special. Just kidding. I mean, I'm not making fun of people with special needs. Just want to make that clear. But, yeah. It was great playing. It was great playing with him. But, yeah, let's, move on to the parts where we actually progress and you're not seeing the same shit over again. So to continue the heist, I didn't hit the record button on time, but I just found that special gold pistol that everyone talks about inside the desk. It's not the most practical, but it's pretty cool. You'll definitely see me using it as the series goes on from time to time. Anyway, finally got the contents in the safe, and I decided it's a good time to start filling the bag with loot as soon as I get the heck out of this compound and shoot anyone who stands in my way. After trying the primitive methods of kicking and trying to pry the door open, Thicc Girl finally sees the button on the side to open the gate, and we fight our way through the fields. Now, as I'm sure you can guess, this takes more than several attempts, so I'm just going to show you the highlights, like how I changed my character into something a little more flattering. On my way to the dock, through the field, I see a fenced-off area full of weed. So I figure once I take out all these assholes trying to kill me in infinitely spawning helicopters, I can break it open and steal their shit. Admittedly, this stuff isn't quite as valuable as some of the other loot in the area, but whatever. I need extra cash, and, you know the saying, beggars can't be choosers, so if it's convenient, can always grab the extra shit. While I'm clearing the other table, some NPCs decide to open fire at me. And while one, it's very impressive that the girl survived all that. Two, the more bullet holes my bag are riddled with, the more the value of those contents are gonna drop. So obviously that can't happen too often. And I finally head back on my bike, but in the meantime, both tires are being shot out. Now, I have no intention of stopping until I get to the shoreline. My strategy is to walk along the shores because the cliff edge should give me plenty of cover for the most part, and I swim over to the docks. I start to swim over to the docks, but as luck would have it, there is an abandoned boat right alongside the shore, so I think, well, might as well take it for a ride on the way to the shore. Now, the very second I disembark, I am immediately greeted with helicopter fire and fire from land forces. I dodge and weave as much as I can, but to no avail. Fortunately for me, I just so happened to have reached the checkpoint by the docks just before that happened, even though I was technically nowhere near it, which is awesome. So, yep, we are almost there, but before I leave, I really want to go inside that stash house that we saw in the infiltrate during when we were scoping the place out. This is a very dangerous situation I'm in. Now, I want to fill up what little room in my duffel bag is left, but I, as you can see on screen, am running dangerously low on snacks to replenish my health. And they are shy. Excuse me, I recently ate. But, yeah, as I was saying, yeah, I'm not gonna cut that part out, forget it. As I was saying, the boat is right there, they keep coming, so eventually I'm like, fuck it. Filling up what little room in my bag is not worth it, let's just get out of here. So, tired, bloody, beaten, triumphant, and $1.2 million richer, I finally get on the dinghy, and the heist is complete. Now, I must say, initially, this Cayo Peiro Heist was going to be significantly longer. I mean, this first season in the series was going to be 26 episodes long, but there is so much that I cut out for time. So it's definitely been shaved to like less than 18 episodes long. This being like the 5th or 6th episode in a series. So once we finish this cutscene, and there is a certain section I'm going to have to blur out, and you'll know when you see it. You know, this reminds me of something. We find out during the briefing that Patricia Madrazo has something in that safe that the guy was going to use for blackmail, and I jokingly at one point said that maybe it was porn, but that little joke turned out to actually be the case. Poor Trevor. She's actually ashamed of someone that she had a romance with. I mean, she was a married woman, granted, and Trevor was a lonely sot, and they even still communicated in the story after he returned her to Martine. But yeah, it's finally over. So I really hope you enjoyed the video. Again, I know I haven't been uploading in like 2 weeks, like more than 2 weeks, but that is because I wanted this to be the next thing I upload. And honestly, my library list is just, my video library is just a major fucking mess where the where this thing is concerned. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, because I promise I will not be going on such a long hiatus again. And as always, it's Dr. Stephen James saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.